As we continue the countdown to kickoff, I'm here with sophomore offensive lineman Braden Malton. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
How's your day been?
Pretty good.
Good?
Yeah, get a little workout this morning. Now we're here.
Tell me about your summer. You do anything fun?
I've been fishing a lot.
Fishing.
Like 3 times a week. That's what I do. Just went to the beach this last week, and then trying to think. I went up to Bass Lake for the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
Biggest fish you've caught this summer?
5 1/4.
Okay. What
Well,
type of
It was
fish?
a bass.
A bass.
Not a bad little day that day. I was very happy.
Where do you go fishing at?
Pine Flat. A lot.
Pine Flat.
My grandpa lives up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, so I go see him. I get to stop by, keep him company for a little bit, and then make my
Yeah.
way down the hill. 45-minute drive.
Not bad.
No, not at all.
Looking back at spring ball, where did you see this offensive line make the biggest jumps?
I think towards the end of spring, for
Okay.
sure. Just kind of started figuring out because we installed a new passing, I don't want to say scheme, but blocking, the way we block people and
Okay.
the way we see things. We started to figure it out a little more, started picking up more exotic blitzes from Coach Benedetto's defense, which, I mean,
Yeah.
top 10 in the nation last year. So it always fun to practice against them because they keep us on our heels. But I think those last couple of practices were huge for us. So I'm excited to see what we can do going in the fall.
New position coach, Coach
Yeah.
Ferentz. What's he like?
I love Coach Ferentz a lot. He's a really good, he's a morale booster, but he's
Yeah.
also really hard on you. But he gets us going every day. New technique. I mean, his ways have descended from Joe Moore. That's what the award's named after. So very comforting knowing that he has multiple first-round picks too. I love Coach Ferentz a lot.
Tell me about your position group.
Yeah, I mean, we're the most fun on the field, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. You know
yeah.
what? The D lineman said the same thing, though.
No, they're not. They're not right. I do love Coach Geely though. He's a character out there. But I mean, I feel like we're really tight as a unit. There's quite a few of us, so it's hard to do things together. But we, have food together. We go cook. I mean,
Yeah.
easiest way to alignment's heart's food. So, throw some steaks on the grill. Everyone will bring some burgers or some hot dogs. We'll have a great time together. And even individually, like I took Roland out fishing a week and a half ago. We had a great time together.
How'd that go?
Oh, it went great. We got him his first ever fish. Never
Really?
been fishing. He got his first one.
Was he excited?
Oh my gosh. I saw the video on my phone. He was losing it. It was the best time ever. So it was a great time.
When you look at this offense as a whole, where has it improved?
I think in being more versatile. I think last year, towards the end of the year, all we did was run the ball. And it's hard when you have teams with 8, 9-man boxes. It's hard to be successful in that way. Now, we did do it, and we were running it 50 times a game. But we made an emphasis to be a little more explosive in the passing game and try to keep defenses on their heels. That way we're not getting those 8, 9-man boxes, so it opens up opportunity for us to be able to run. And then both of our QBs right now, battling out for the position, can run. So QB option has been a thing that we've installed this year. So I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, the QB battle, 2 very competent quarterbacks.
Yeah.
What have you seen from that competition?
It's no telling. They're both neck and neck, and they're both great guys. That's what's awesome. Is they're both leading the team like they own that starting position, and I think that's very comforting coming from an offensive lineman. But I think for the whole team, knowing that both guys are leading regardless of what's going on behind the curtains, and they're both doing a good job. They're leading, they're standing up, and they're helping each other out. I think that's the coolest part. You got 2 guys in a neck-and-neck competition helping each other. That's something you don't see a lot. A lot of guys have the ego to take over and just not talk.
Yeah.
But they're helping each other out, and they're doing a great job leading the team. So it always helps when you got a leader on the team.
What have you worked on the most in the offseason?
I lost a little weight when we started out the season. Ended last season at 335. Now I'm about 318, 320. Just feel better, but definitely leaning out and then getting stronger in my lower body was a point of emphasis. Coming off of my knee surgery last year at the start of the year, that's where I was kind of lacking, not trusting my knee. And so this year hitting the weight room a lot harder, and then Coach Reyes helped me out a lot with hip mobility too. So just kind of getting my lower body where it needs to be, and just improving from last year in pass pro has been my thing.
Do you feel like you're stepping into more of a leadership role this year?
Absolutely, and I think the best part for me is that I have Roland Fulwood, who's been here for 6 years now. I get to kind of learn from him. He's a very vocal leader too. We'll be out, running or lifting, and he's always the guy that keeping you on your stuff. And that's comforting knowing, I'm a second-year guy. I felt like last year I didn't want to overstep anything, and even this year it's hard, thinking, it's your second year, you're trying not to overstep boundaries, but I think that a lot of people have respect for me on the team.
Yep.
And so I try to lead. I definitely do a better job leading vocally, but learning from Roland's been great because he's been here for 6 years and he knows the way of the program and he's had multiple coaches. So just learning from him has been great.
What are you looking forward to about fall camp?
Definitely just seeing how we can improve as an offensive line and just we're 46 days out from USC, which is crazy. It came so fast, but just as a team, there's always growth anytime, and I think fall camp's where the biggest growth happens. I mean, you got 25 or so practices to make those leaps to get ready for that game one, and so I think that's what I'm most excited for, is just seeing how we can grow together as a family.
What excites you about this 2026 schedule?
We got a lot of really, really good competition on the schedule. I mean, USC to start off the year, we go to Washington State, we go to Texas State, we go to Utah State. Travel isn't as heavy as it was last year. We only go to 3 different states, 3 away games in California. You got San Diego State, USC, and San Jose. And I think that's more comforting because last year we traveled a lot. We went to Hawaii, went to Colorado. And it takes a toll. It's not like it's an excuse or anything, but it definitely is a little easier when you're furthest away games in Texas instead of, in Kansas, and you're a lot of road trips. So, and I mean, we play Boise at home.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good home games this year. So I think that's the most exciting thing for me.
Yeah. What do you miss about Valley Children's Stadium on game day?
The fans, they pack it out. 40,000 every single time this year. Maybe not Wyoming. It was cold. I don't blame them. But, I mean, they always bring the energy out there. You walk out, we're playing the song and smoke's everywhere and everyone's cheering. I think that's the coolest part. That's what I love about Valley Children's Stadium. That's what I love about the Valley. They always come to support us. So, as a Valley kid, that's comforting.
Last question. What makes you think this team can bring home Fresno State's first Pac-12 championship?
The family aspect of our team. I think Simeon Harris, I think that he touched on it earlier, that we're a family. We play together. We play for each other, and there's no ego. Everyone wants to play together. Everyone wants to win that Pac-12 championship. It's a we, not me mentality this year. And Coach Entz does a great job installing that in our heads, just leading us to, hey, coach-led teams are good, but the player-led teams can be great. I think we got a lot of guys stepping up right now, trying to take over those positions. That way we can be that great team this year and bring it home. So that's what I'm excited for.
All right. Well, thanks for sitting down with me today.
Thank you.
As we continue our countdown to kickoff, I'm here with Khristian Martin, sophomore quarterback. Thanks for sitting down with me today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So how was your summer? Did you do anything outside of football?
Went back home. I had a cruise with my family and cousins. Other than that, kind of been here just working, getting ready for this upcoming season.
Where'd you go on the cruise?
It was a couple of different places in Mexico.
Okay.
Carnival was the cruise line. Went on 7-day. So it was good to be there with my mom, my cousins, and, kind of get away for a little bit.
What was your favorite stop?
I couldn't even tell you the names of the stops, to be honest. It was kind of more just like sign me up to get on the boat and wherever we're going.
Did you guys do any excursions or anything?
So we did ATV rides.
Fun.
And then the other stops that we had, they kind of had swim up pools, different things like that. So we kind of just used those and had a good time in the pools.
Yeah, that's fun. How have the summer workouts, the player run practices been?
They've been great. I think it's been a great learning experience. Good to see the leadership of the team, as well as continue to sharpen our swords, continue to get better, and just see the system again. Practice what we practiced in the spring, hear it for another time. And as we gear up for fall camp, I think it adds confidence to everybody hearing it a second time, and then you'll hear it a third come fall camp.
So your first spring ball in the books, what stood out to you about this offense?
I think we have a lot of potential to be explosive. We have a lot of very good playmakers out wide and in the backfield, as well as I think we have a very good offensive line that's what'll help our team the most. If those guys up front are doing their job, it makes everybody else's job easier. So I think, and I know I have a lot of confidence that when the O-line will be very good, and hence it will make everybody else very good.
What did you work on in the offseason?
I would say, 1, being a leader. 2, I think being a more accurate passer, continuing to work on my accuracy. And I've spent a lot of time trying to work on my mobility and flexibility as well to try and be as durable during the season.
So the fan base, I haven't seen you play yet, but how would you describe yourself as a quarterback?
I would say, I'm going to play the game from head down, try to use my knowledge of the game first.
Yeah.
And then from there, do what I can or do what I know how to do with my talent. So I want to play with my mind and then allow my talent to take over. I think I have a very strong arm. I can make all the throws on the field, and I'm able to run when needed.
How have you built your relationship with Josh Davis?
I've spent a lot of time with him, waking up early mornings, getting there early, meeting with him, and spare time.
Yeah.
He's always available, which I always appreciate. Time that he may be able to go home and spend with his family. At times he just spends it there dealing with us quarterbacks and me. Just going over a little bit extra film, explaining something another time to you, and I think that has helped expedite the growth of a lot of the quarterbacks and myself.
Who are some NFL quarterbacks that you like to watch?
I like to watch Dak Prescott. I'm an Eagles fan, so Jalen Hurts. I think Tom Brady's always somebody you can look at. I like to go back and watch some old tape. Matt Stafford. Those are all guys I would like a lot.
How comfortable do you feel with this offense at this point?
I feel very comfortable. I was kind of just talking about this with some of my teammates, like from spring to now. I feel like I've been in the offense so much longer, which I obviously have, but it feels like I just know more. I feel more comfortable, and I kind of feel more ready to go, And spring is kind of your first time hearing it. Sometimes you're coming to the line thinking. Now it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing now, and I know the second and third layer to the play.
What are you looking forward to at fall camp?
That's my favorite time of year. You get to just deal with football. There's no summer classes. You're not dealing with the, summer workouts. It's just you get to kind of really just play football.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that.
Yeah, describe a day in the life in a fall camp for someone who's never been.
This is my first time doing it for Fresno, but in past life, wake up, get to the facility, breakfast, get your ankles taped, or you'll have meetings depending on the order. Go from meetings to practice or walkthrough. After that, meetings again. Might have a little bit of off time, dinner. And this is probably all going on from, you probably have more meetings after dinner, but this is probably going on from about 7 a.m. to about 8:30, 9 p.m. So about a 12-hour day.
Okay.
So, but, it's all dealing with football, so that's the great part about it.
What part of your game are you going to focus on in fall camp?
I think I'm going to focus on mastering the playbook, continuing to make accuracy. I feel that there's no defense for the perfect throw. So as long as you're very accurate, and then just being on time as well, making the right decision with the football, which doesn't always lead to a completion, knowing when and when not to throw the ball away, knowing when I should extend, throw the ball away. I think those are all things, and like situational awareness.
Yeah. What do you think is the identity of this offense right now?
I think we're going to be a very balanced offense. I know we're going to have a very good run game, but I think we're going to also shock a lot of people what we're able to do in the passing game. So I think that's going to be our identity. I think we're going to be able to attack people in which they give us the ability to attack them, because every defense has a strength to it and a weakness.
How have you built chemistry with your teammates?
Just spend a lot of time around them. I think that's the biggest thing. When you spend time around people, you learn about them. So spending time with them, whether that might be football, off the field, having a breakfast with the guys, or just going to their house, watching a fight. It was already a very tight-knit group, so I think just coming into a tight-knit group makes it easier to, be a part of the brotherhood and learn about everybody.
So leadership comes with the quarterback role. So what does that look like to you?
I think it looks like holding guys accountable, but also knowing when to lift guys up. Every time you don't need to tell somebody what they're doing wrong. Sometimes you need to tell somebody what they're really doing well. Sometimes a guy might need to hear that. I think another thing is being able to say what needs to be said. Not what always comes off necessarily the nicest, but being able, step out and say, hey, this is what we need to do. Like, this wasn't the standard today. Being able to do those different things. And then I think also another thing is being there for your teammates, whether that might be a ride or anything like that, even just the small things.
So you've been here probably almost 7 months now. How would you describe this culture of this program?
I think it's, they say toughness wins, tough culture, and we're going to be tough. We're not going to take the easy way out. We're going to fight. So I think that's the thing. And then we're going to be really good at simple. Coach Ince always talks about being really good at simple, and I think we practice that way, and we work our fundamentals that way, to where that's what he preaches is what he makes. He allows the team to be because of what we do as well.
Do you think there's a closeness to this team that's unique?
I do. I do think the team is very close. I wouldn't say I've experienced anything like it before. I think it's very unique.
So let's talk about our defense a little bit. Who gives you some trouble during practice?
I would say the whole D-line.
Yeah.
That D-line is they'll be very good. I'm sure I know they were a year ago, and I'm sure they'll be good again. They give us a lot of issues, a lot of their stunts and different things that they do up front, even just their straight four-man pass rush. They're really good up front.
And what stood out to you about this wide receiver group?
It's a lot of talent in that room. Maybe looking at the film last year, it doesn't necessarily pop out, and that might not be necessarily what everybody thinks, but I have a lot of confidence in that room. It's a lot of guys, young, all the way up to the name everybody knows, Josiah Freeman, but I think there'll be a lot of guys that will pleasantly surprise everybody.
When you're looking at this 2026 schedule, what stands out to you?
It's a great opportunity. We're moving into a new conference. Some familiar faces, some different ones, but I think it's a great opportunity. At the end of the day, we play the people on our schedule, and I think we have a great shot at achieving our dreams as long as we continue to do what we need to do.
What are you excited about your first game in Valley Children's Stadium?
Everybody talks about the crowd, so I can't wait to see the crowd. I can't wait to see what that environment's like, see how loud it gets. I'm super excited for that.
First game, September 4th in the Coliseum. Why should the fan base go down there and support this team?
For one, we love the support, and that's just making it a home game. Like for us, it gives us every advantage possible. I know that my teammates would agree that we love our fans and we love having them there. So, if you're able, we would love to have you there and make some noise for us.
Last question, why can this team bring home the first Pac-12 championship?
I think first and foremost, character. I think it's a high character team. And then second, the talent. The coaches have put a very good team together that gels well together. I think combined with our character, the talent, and the scheme, I think as long as our discipline is there, we can do very special things.
Thanks for sitting down with me today.
Thank you.
As we continue our countdown to kickoff, we have senior offensive lineman Roland Fulwood. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Did you do anything fun this summer?
I went to New York for a bit over
Okay.
the break, July 4th. That was about it, honestly.
What did you do over there?
Honestly, I just went to see family. I had a niece. She was born July 3rd.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so she was born the day before July 4th. She was born in Philly. Went to go see her, and I was there just chilling with family, honestly.
How fun. So you're an uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have probably 13, 14
Really?
nieces and nephews. Yeah.
Are you the fun uncle?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I would think so. You have so much energy on the football field.
Gotta have it.
I have to.
Yeah, you have to.
But have you always had that much energy?
Yeah, I think I've always had a lot of energy. I've just always been uplifting and, very cheerful. Just always been happy.
So take us back. When did you start playing football? How old were you?
So I started playing football in 8th grade.
Okay.
But growing up, I knew I wanted to play football. I would tell my mom every year, hey, it's time to sign me up, they're at the park practicing. I used to walk to the park by myself and go to practice, all the way up until, it was time to, and my mom she just didn't think it was safe. She was like, oh, I don't want my baby to break his neck and this and that. And so I didn't play football officially until 8th grade.
8th grade. Yeah. Did you play other sports? Did you play basketball?
Yeah, I played basketball since I started playing basketball in 2nd grade. So I played basketball my whole life, all through high school, up until my senior year.
When do you think you fell in love with football and knew you wanted to do that?
Honestly, the minute I got to high school, my sophomore year, and we were winning, and then we were on our way to CIF, and we won CIF, and I was like, wow, it was just being able to win, just that feeling after a win is just yeah, that's what made me fall in love with the sport, honestly.
What positions did you play growing up before you settled into the O-line?
I honestly always played tackle, guard, DN, D tackle. That's it.
What do you
Always
love
line.
about being in the trenches specifically?
Honestly, I love that every play we know what we're doing. We're making contact every play. Somehow, some way, we're going to make contact.
Okay, some quick questions. If you could catch a touchdown pass this year, what would your celebration be?
Ooh. We were just Kmart was just doing it in the hallway.
Okay.
So if Kmart would have thrown me a tub this year, I'm definitely gonna have to hit the C line.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna get down. I'm gonna grab all four. I'm hit the C line. That's gonna be my celly.
Okay. If you get a handoff, how many yards are you getting?
It would depend where we're at. Where on the field are we?
Okay. You're at the 50.
We're on the 50. I'm scoring.
You're scoring.
I'm scoring.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the 50, you're scoring.
Yeah, boy, my old line in front of me. Yeah, they gonna open the hole.
That's true. You're off.
Yeah, they're not catching me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which teammate would you trust to protect your blind side?
Any teammate?
Any teammate.
Probably Oscar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
It's just very different. He's a dog.
Okay, he's a
Very
dog.
different guy. Very interesting guy.
What D lineman do you like to go up against in practice?
Honestly, I like going against Jax and Dylan.
Okay.
Because they both like to change it up, and every time I know I'm going with them, they're coming with some energy, you know?
Really?
It's like almost like matched energy, you know?
Tell me what stood out to you in spring ball about the O-line and what you guys have improved on.
Honestly, during spring ball, I think we grew together as an O-line. Like, I feel like going into fall camp, we're going to be able to play together. We learned each other during spring ball, so now during camp, we're just going to solidify it. You know, I feel like that's where we grew the most, just like as far as playing together, like as one, being able to communicate, you know, get the right calls, make sure everybody knows what we're doing.
Does it feel different going into your senior fall camp?
Yeah, it definitely does. Knowing this is my second last camp, it's definitely a different feeling. You know, I know like it's here, like there's nothing else. You know, like it has to count.
Yeah. What was your reaction to getting your eligibility here?
I was happy. I was lifting. I was in the weight room lifting for pro day. We had just got off the field running, and then Coach Ince walked in the weight room. He was like, he walking in, he was just looking, and, you know, like Coach Ince has his face just very serious, you know. I was just like, damn, like, you know, I thought he was going to tell me, like, oh, you didn't get the year. And he, like, as he's getting closer, like, I'm, like, smiling. I'm like hoping it's good news. And then he starts smiling. He's like, Roland, all right. He's like, listen. He's like, got your year granted. And I just jumped up, started just yelling. I gave him a hug. And then that was that.
So you've been at Fresno State since the beginning.
Yeah.
That's really rare, right, in this day and age. Why did you want to stay here for your entire career?
Honestly, I didn't feel the urge to leave. Like, there wasn't a reason to leave. I had every reason to stay. I didn't have a reason personally to leave.
You've been through a couple coaching staffs too. So talk about this coaching staff and how they've helped you become a better player.
First off, foremost, you know, like they believed in me. They gave me a chance, you know, and that's something that I really appreciate. So they gave me a chance. Also, too, this coaching staff, they're all similar, you know. Every coach is, you know, making sure they're on top of everything. But Coach Ince is like, he doesn't. How can I say this? He doesn't take pity, you know, like no pity, you know, like there's nobody's just gonna go out there and do their own thing, you know.
Yep.
I feel like he makes sure that, you know, we stay on top of the little things, like every team meeting he makes sure he brings up like, hey, make sure you keep your locker clean, like, you know, make sure the locker room's clean. You never know who's walking through there, you know. So I feel like he just makes sure he hones in on all the details.
So you have a new position coach and Coach Ferentz. What type of coach is he?
He's a very great coach.
Yeah.
He's a very great coach, very straightforward, makes everything simple. It's very easy to understand. And if there's anything you can't understand, he'll make sure he finds a way for you to understand. No matter what it takes, he's going to find a way for you to understand.
How do you think your game has grown in the last year?
Honestly, I think my game in the last year, I've grown on the field mentally. I feel like my football IQ has gotten better, like, you know, understanding different fronts and, you know, what to expect, like down and distance, you know, just improving my football IQ.
Yeah. Have you stepped into more of a leadership role?
Definitely, you know, it's my last year, you know, everybody looks at me like, okay, you know, you've been here forever, you know, so also too, like, that's something I want for myself, you know. I'm going to make sure I'm doing the right things to lead the team, you know, make sure the team holds me accountable, make sure I hold the team accountable.
So this offense rushed for over 2,200 yards last season, more than they have in over a decade, right? Do you think you're going to top that this year?
Honestly, we're going to see.
Yeah.
We're going to see. We have a great O-line. We have great running backs, great coaches. We'll see.
So the quarterback battle, two great quarterbacks, can go either way, right? But O-linemen, you obviously have a bond with your quarterbacks. But what have you seen from those two?
Honestly, they're both great quarterbacks. Like, it's going to be a great fight. Like, I think it's going to come all the way down maybe till the day before the game maybe. You know, it's going to be a great fight.
Speaking of the first game, September 4th in the Coliseum, what are you looking forward to about it?
I'm looking forward to playing, making sure I go out there and do what I have to do.
Okay.
So we can come home with what we want to come home with.
Valley Children's Stadium, what makes it special? What do you miss about game days?
The excitement, the fans, just the everything. Like, it's just like being in Bulldog Stadium is like really just like being at home. Like, just there's nothing better, honestly. Like, just hearing everyone, just because sitting down, like after you come off the field, you hear all type of things. So it's like just hearing the good, the bad. It's just, you know, there's nothing better.
Last question. Why do you think this team could bring home Fresno State's first Pac-12 championship?
I think we can bring home the championship because everyone's bought in.
Well, thanks for sitting down with me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
As we continue our countdown to kickoff, I'm here with Jaden Mandal, junior quarterback. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate
How was your
it.
summer?
I had a great summer. We put a lot of hard work in the weight room and conditioning, and it's pretty tough. You know, the conditioning's Friday mornings. People will tell you it's pretty hard, but it makes us better. So just happy I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Anything outside of football that you did?
You know, I got to make some trips. Went to Bass Lake, 4th of July. That was pretty fun. Great time out there. Let's see. Went to New Jersey as well.
Okay.
Trained out there, and that was really, really fun. Coach Raz, if you're watching, shout out. But, yeah.
What did you work on in New Jersey?
A lot of on-the-run throwing. That's kind of something that coaches wanted me to work on. So kind of got that down now. And, you know, I was missing a little high right, and so Coach Raz kind of helped me out. But other than that, just little tune-up stuff, footwork, accuracy, all that.
How would you say that spring ball went for you?
Spring ball is really good. I'm just glad that, you know, I'm back out there playing, you know, after an injury. You know, I didn't really know how it was going to go, but by the grace of God, I'm back, and I'm just very blessed.
What were some of your biggest takeaways about this offense from spring ball?
Yeah, we're going to run the ball a lot, and we're going to play action you after that. So it's if you guys want to add another player in the box, then we'll throw it. But having those guys, you know, Rayshon Luke, Bryson Donaldson, and then the O-line, it makes it easy on us. And then having Josiah Freeman over there, I mean, what a target. It's not a 50-50 ball. It's, you know, it's 90-10. So love having that guy out there.
How have you seen this offense grow from the start of spring ball to now?
I think just the details of, you know, we have a bunch of returning guys who this will be their second year in this offense, and kind of understanding why we're running the play instead of just, you know, running the play. So I think just the details.
Talk about how your relationship with Josh Davis has grown.
Yeah, I love Coach Davis. I think just kind of understanding how we both operate, and then just kind of my strengths. You know, he puts plays that he knows that I can be successful with, and then just kind of understanding, you know, his brain and why we're running the play. I think it's been very helpful, you know, meeting with him and just kind of understanding what he's doing and why.
Leadership comes with the quarterback role. So
Yes.
what does leadership look like to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's all sorts of different types of leaders. Me and myself, I'm kind of a servant leader, whether that's, staying in the weight room late to help clean up or something like that, or, just leading by example. I think that's just kind of how I operate. And yeah.
So looking forward to fall camp. What are you most excited about?
I'm just excited to be back out on the field. Summer's tough. You're not playing a lot of football. You're running and lifting. So I'm just happy to be out there practicing every day because that's my favorite thing to do is just play ball.
What's the best post-practice fall camp snack?
Oof. For me, it's got to be just some fruit. I crave fruit after a practice or a popsicle.
Okay, fruit or popsicle. Okay. Looking at the 2026 schedule, what stands out to you?
Obviously, you got to say USC game one. What an opportunity to go out there and put a show on for the Red Wave. And another one I'm really excited about is Texas State. We're going to be at Texas State. I'm excited to see, what Texas football is all about. So.
Yeah, okay, the Coliseum. Encourage fans to come out to that right now.
Oh, you got to come out. Come on, we're going to put on a show. It's going to be awesome.
The Coliseum, historic, right?
Absolutely.
And is going back to USC after coming here. What's on the line in that game?
There's a lot on the line. But, at the end of the day, we're just going to go out and do our thing, and we're going to put, a helmet on a helmet, and we're going to play tough football. And, whoever wins, wins. But we're going after there to win.
What makes you think that this team could bring home a championship?
I think just the amount of leadership and guys we have who are returning. We got some really special players. And then I got to shout out the defense as well. We go against them every day, and it's tough. It makes us better, which is good. And they're a good defense, and defense does win championships. And I'm excited to see them fly around, and then we got to put some points on the board for them.
Yep. Lastly, what do you miss about Valley Children's Stadium?
I miss the Red Wave. I miss the fans. I miss running down the ramp and just hearing the roars. So I'm really excited to get back out there.
All right. Well, thanks for sitting down with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.